Alright, so I'm going to start going on a little bit of a riff here, which all my speech is a bit of a riff. So, I was thinking about it, and I realized that there's this thing in your brain that says, hey, why don't you put it off? Why don't you wait until A, B, C, D? Why don't you wait until 1, 2, 3, 4, and all the chips fall in place? Oh, this isn't good enough. Why don't you just conserve your energy? For now, let's just screw off, do whatever you want to do, and we'll put that off in the back of our mind for later. We'll do that thing that we're secretly just wanting to do, that we probably don't even tell anyone about it. That our ambition, because we're embarrassed that our efforts aren't good enough, or we're afraid of judgment or whatever. But the fact is, what you need to be more concerned with is every time you let that thought hold your creativity inside, and you let that fear of judgment, or that thought that it's not going to be good enough, or whatever it is that's keeping you from taking action, albeit maybe an imperfect action, but an action that's moving towards something. Like anything that you do takes some things being done badly at first. You have to do, if anything's worth doing, it's worth doing badly, because otherwise you don't have any point of reference. You're still thinking of it from a beginner's point of view. You have to do those imperfect actions in order to step up. You get up the next step. You're on the ground, then you're on the sidewalk, then you're moving up the stairs. There's levels. So the first and most important thing is to push those thoughts aside. Actively fight those thoughts to put things off that are creative. You have to be aware that they're going to try to creep in. Those thoughts are going to try to creep in, and you want to actively suppress, dissipate, destroy, whatever you can do to them, so that you can get what's in you, get everything that's in you out. That's the goal, to get all those wants, needs, desires, that effort, that energy, get that energy out. Because once you get it out, it's going to determine what form it takes. To some degree, it's not in your power, but what is in your power is getting it out there. Then you can see what it is. You can't always be trying to control everything. You just first get it out, then do with it, then see what it is. Once it gets out of you, then you can view it and objectively and say, okay, I did a creative thing. All right, it may not have been perfect, but let's see what it is. Okay, let me take this thing out of me and then see what it is, and then okay, maybe I can adjust it, maybe I can adapt it, or maybe I can pull more things out of me and change what it is. I pulled one building block out, now I'll pull another building block out of me, and let's make this into something different. Let's shape it, by putting more into it. You shape it by putting more things out there. So I hope this has made some sense. I accept the fact that what I've just done is not perfect. I don't know how you're viewing it or how you're hearing it, but that doesn't matter. What matters is I got it out, and we'll see what happens next. And I'm gonna try to do what it is I'm saying, practice what I preach, follow my own advice, and we'll see what happens. But hopefully this has been helpful, and it's given you some insight. As I'm speaking it's giving me insight, and it's making things more clear. So this is just stuff flowing out of me into you. And anyone that might be hearing this, if you have some tips or you have some ideas to throw at me at what else I could do, feel free. I'm more than willing to hear that and take it into consideration for sure. So, peace.